Okay, guys, just wanted to do a video for Exitus Elites. If you've been on my channel for a longer period of time, you know that this has been in our portfolio now for a little over 6 months. The platform itself has been around for 11 years, 11 plus years. This will actually be its 12th year. So unheard of in the affiliate space. Usually in affiliate marketing, you have a program that runs for a year or 2 years, or maybe 4 or 5 years at most on average. This one here has been running for a very long time, and it's a cool way to stack up your crypto. Now, again, you can receive payments in other ways, but you can receive payments in crypto. You can receive payments in Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT TRC20, USDT ERC20, BNB, TRX, XRP, Dogecoin. The list goes on and on. So we've been using this as a way to stack crypto, and it's a little bit different from what you normally see on our channel. Usually we talk about platforms that revolve around mining or trading bots or trading and that sort of thing. This is more of a high ticket affiliate program that allows you to stack crypto because you can receive payments in crypto. So again, it's different, but it is a pretty cool program, and a lot of you guys like to learn about different programs that we're in. Some of you guys are in the affiliate marketing space. I don't know. This might be something you might want to take a look at. Some of you guys may have seen this when I was talking about it initially 6 months ago, or have been receiving email marketing that sort of thing from them. Well, but what I want to do is go ahead and cover how this program works. So if you are interested in a high ticket program, this is something you might want to add to your portfolio. So again, it's very different from what you normally see, but there's big money to be made. And I know a lot of you guys are money motivated, you're business minded. So this is something you might want to take a look at. So real quick, guys, not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you decide to jump into anything in the crypto space, or business, offline, online, what have you, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and only put in what you can afford to lose. Now, again, this is a little bit different. This has nothing to do with mining, trading, bots, passive income where you make a deposit and you receive 1% a day or 2% a day. This is a high ticket affiliate program. The way you generate revenue is by making sales. So this is on the I would categorize this as minimal to no risk, right? So some of you guys who want to add something that's minimal to no risk in your portfolio, this is something you might want to take a look at. Again, it's called Exitus Elite. It's been around for 11 plus years. That's one of the things that stuck out to me when I took a look at it. The other thing that stuck out to me was the fact that you keep 100% of the sale. In other words, it pays out 100% commissions. It doesn't pay out 10% or 20% or 30% like you would normally earn when you're in a typical network marketing company, right? Now, again, it's apples to oranges because when you're in a network marketing company, especially if you're marketing something physical, like a physical product, then there's shipping costs and all sorts of costs that you have to pay for. So they can't pay you 100%, right? That's why they pay you 10%, 20%, 30%, what have you. This is digital marketing. So this you can earn 100%. And by the way, digital marketing, if you do your research, it is extremely popular right now. It's actually been popular for many years now. When I first cut my teeth in internet marketing back in 2009, I started off with affiliate marketing, and I was marketing a product that's actually very similar to the Genesis products here at Exitus Elite, which I'm going to show you in a second. And that's where I cut my teeth in internet marketing. Because prior to that, I was just an offline traditional network marketer doing meetings at hotels and offices and that sort of thing. And I wasn't hip to what was available on the internet, right? And when I opened my eyes to the internet and what we could do here, it was through affiliate marketing that I, kind of entered my journey, so to speak. So anyway, that being said, let's go ahead and talk about, before we talk about the compensation plan, let's talk about the products. Because again, you keep 100%, right? Which is obviously very, very profitable. But of course, if you're going to market something, you want to know that it's a marketable product, right? So again, these Genesis products, there's a couple of different levels. There's the G100. Now, again, with all these different levels, essentially what you're marketing is digital products education, right? And again, people pay for this stuff. There's a big market for this stuff. People are online all the time and they're paying for ebooks and tools and how to and videos and software and that sort of thing. So this is a very marketable and sellable product. So the G100 is the first level, right? So you can market these products. You can actually enter the platform buying these levels. So for example, if you come in at the G100, what are you going to get? Well, You can come in as as an active affiliate, or you can just come in as a customer. You don't want to market this, you don't have to, but this is what you get if you purchase the G100. There's different trainings and ebooks and digital products. One of them being this big ticket machine, right? This actually teaches you how to sell big ticket items or high ticket items. The 10,000 blueprint, right? How to use social messaging apps, different self development courses, right? This big business blueprint, email marketing masterclass. These are things that, over the years, especially when I was first getting started, I paid like hundreds and even thousands of dollars for these type of products to learn, and it's all part of the Genesis suite, right? Cryptocurrency secrets, crypto secrets of success, right? There's also the G250. Now, the G250, you get everything in the G100 plus 10 additional courses, right? List building, how to build an email list, right? Which is very big, especially if you're in internet marketing or email marketing. The idea is you want to build an email list that you can market services and products to anytime you want. And this is an email list that's buyers, right? These are not tire kickers. These are buyers. So again, it'll teach you how to do that. Again, how to use social media, how to do webinars the proper way, right? How to make, this is a six figure. How do you make six figures to seven figures as a copywriter? Some of you guys, you want to learn that, right? How do you create a post, right, on Telegram, or how do you create a post on social media, or how do you craft an email in a way that makes people want to compel not only to maybe not buy or join, but at least want to click the link, right, or click your link, and then start receiving information, or start checking out what it is that you're offering. That's a skill, right? It's called copywriting. So this teaches you how to do that. When I first got started in marketing or in online marketing back in 2009, I was spending thousands of dollars learning how to become a copywriter, how to craft emails, right? I was buying courses and that sort of thing. This is included in the G250, right? Um, Here's the G500. So again, with the G500, you're getting everything at the G100 and the G250, and you're getting 13 additional courses. Um, wealth building, how to create wealth using different vehicles, right? Um, how to become profitable in MLM. Now, some of you guys may be interested in MLM, some of you guys may not. I don't know. But this shows you how you can become profitable in a traditional MLM, the power of the subconscious mind. These are all self-development. If you're going to become wealthy, you got to learn about these things. There's just no way around it, right? Um, how to use webinars for your business, how to use Zoom, the power of focus. If you purchase the G1000, you get everything previously plus 25 additional, right? So you have some of the most successful internet marketers, affiliate marketers, interviews with them, right? People like Ray Higdon, Randy Schroeder. Ray Higdon is, he's made millions and millions and millions of. Matter of fact, when I first got started in 2009, he was actually a mentor in that program, and I learned a lot from him. Right, here we are, whatever, 15 years later or whatever, and he's still doing his thing, right? So I mean, you can learn a lot from him. He lost everything when real estate tanked. He had lost everything, and he had to restart. He has an incredible story. He had to restart everything, and he got started zero experience, zero everything, zero resources in network marketing, and kind of built it from that. He's not involved with network marketing anymore. He has a company and a marketing company, and he does like motivational speaking now. But he shows how he went from he lost everything to making millions of dollars. Or very very powerful stuff. Here you have some of the Todd Falcone, well-known trainer in the network marketing space. Steph Perez, well-known affiliate marketer. So you have some of the Darren Little. So some of you guys, you might have heard of some of these guys, right? So again, then you have some of these other courses, right? Cryptocurrency courses. Then there's the G2000, but you get all of that other stuff plus additional stuff. So all of that just to say there's value in these courses, right? So as you market these courses, let's talk about the compensation plan. Now some of you guys might say, well, I don't really know how to market these courses. Here's the cool thing. You don't have to market the courses. You market one link, right? You get an affiliate link, share your link. People click that link, they'll watch the video. and then they'll, opt in and they'll take the tour, and the system will actually do all the work for you. Matter of fact, they have a sales team, right? A call center where, let's say you don't want to talk to anybody. Now, some of you guys are okay with talking to people. You're okay with answering questions, right? Like for myself, I don't mind answering questions. I don't mind talking to people, right? Some of you guys may not be that way, right? You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't want to answer anybody's questions. They actually have a sales team in place, which I'll show you here in a second, that'll do all of the talking for you, do all of the answering of the questions. So again, this is very hands off. This is very, very hands off. Let's talk about the compensation plan real quick. Now, again, big thing that you need to know is you're making 100% commission. So again, if you sell the G100, someone pays $100 for it, you make the $100. If someone comes in and buys the G2000, they pay 2,000 for it, you make 2,000. It's 100% commission. So again, very easy to understand, very, very straightforward, right? So again, here's the three ways you earn. Number one is direct sales. You keep 100% of the commissions, and you get paid any way you want, right? What do I mean by that? Again, you can receive payment. They can pay you in crypto. They can Zelle you. They can Venmo you. There's Stripe, if you like to use Stripe. A lot of ways they can pay, right? So again, if you sell the G100, G1000, you earn $1,000, right? High ticket, big ticket. This is not, rinky dink Mickey Mouse commissions where you make $10, $20, $30, $50. You're making thousand, you're making, 100% commission, right? Now, let's say, for example, now you're only qualified up to the level that you have purchased. So, for example, let's say you let's say you purchase the G1000. So you're qualified to earn on the G1000 and below $1,000 commissions. But let's say you send me your link, or I see your link somewhere. I click there. I say, man, this is pretty cool. Let me get in. But I want to purchase the $2,000 product, the G2000. Well, you're only qualified for the 1,000, right? So what happens is you earn 1,000. That's what you're qualified for. The other 1,000 rolls up to your next qualified upline. Okay. So again, if you're only qualified at 1,000, you bring me in, right? I come in at 2,000. You'll still make the 1,000, but the other 1,000, which you're not qualified for, will roll up to your upline, assuming he's qualified for that, right? So very, very powerful stuff. Let me flip it around, maybe in a better way that'll be a little bit more appealing to you, right? Let's say you're qualified at 2,000, right? You're qualified at 2,000. I come in, I say, you know what, this sounds pretty good, but I'm going to get the $1,000 product. Well, I come in at 1,000. You make the whole 1,000 because you're qualified all the way up to 2,000. But let's say I go out there and I say, you know what, I have a team, or I have a network. I want to share this. I want to get on, Telegram or what have you. And I start sharing my link. Now, when people come in, guess what? If they come in and they come in at 1,000 or less, right? I'll make the 1,000. But if they come in at the $2,000 product, I'll make the 1,000, but I'm not qualified for the other 1,000. So that extra 1,000, because you're qualified, rolls up to you. So what if I go out there on a monthly basis and I'm getting two or three $2,000 sales, and I'm only qualified at 1,000? You're making 1,000 a pop every time I bring in someone that's qualified or coming at a 2,000. I'm only qualified at 1,000. You're making 1,000 a pop every time I do that. Of course, I'm going to get smart and I'm going to say, you know what? I want to make those. So instead of having them roll up to my upline, let me upgrade and become qualified at the 2,000. So I have to upgrade, right? Pay the additional 1,000, because you don't got to pay the whole thing. You just pay the difference. I'll pay the additional 1,000 because I want to be qualified at the 2,000. So I make the $2,000 commissions. Well, that difference of 1,000, because from my upgrade, that goes to you. That's my upline, right? So you'll get paid on my upgrade, right? So you can see how little by little, this thing can start snowballing, especially if you have a bigger team. What if you had that scenario happening with 2, 3, 4 people? You can see how this thing starts to snowball, right? So real quick, guys, here's the, I think I explained that already, but here's the visual, right? Here's the override commissions. Override commissions, like I said, if you're bringing people in and, the person that is underneath you isn't qualified to earn all of the commissions, well, that difference rolls up to you. That's called an override, right? So the example they put here is, let's say you bring me in, I come in at the 100. You're qualified at the G2000, but I come in at the 100. and I bring somebody in and they come in at the 2000, well, I'm qualified at the 100, so I'll keep the $100 commission. The difference, the 1900, since I'm not qualified for anything above 100 because I only came in at 100, rolls up to you, right? So we explained that already. They're just this is just another visual. So again, you can make an unlimited amount of overrides, but again, I'll get hip to it and I'll say, you know what? I'm going to upgrade, right? I'm going to upgrade. I dip my toe in, but I'm losing commissions here. I'm going to upgrade. So when I upgrade, you know that upgrade difference goes to you as well. So again, like I said, imagine having these different scenarios happening with, if let's say you had 10 directs, right? 8 to 10 directs, right? And this, people were bringing people in, you were getting overrides, people are starting to upgrade. You can see how you can start receiving a whole lot of payments every single time, right? Now, just to go back to what I was talking a little bit about before, the sales team. Again, if you're okay with answering, now again, there's not a whole lot of questions because it's pretty self-explanatory, and the video does a good job at explaining it. But let's say somebody has questions, well, they can get on Telegram or email or what have you, or the phone, and you can answer questions for them. It's really simple, right? Or if you say, you know what, I don't really have time to answer questions. I'm at work. I have another business. I'm super busy, or I just don't want to do that. They have a sales team that'll do it for you in exchange for a 20% cut. So instead of 100%, what'll happen is they'll keep 20% and then you keep 80%. You might say, well, man, I want to keep 100%. Well, then talk to people yourself. Not a big deal. But 80%, if you're not having to do anything, is still super attractive, right? You're still making 80% of things that you have nothing to do with your hands. All you did was initiate the contact, initiate the introduction. You got the lead to take a look at the link. Them watching the video, they start to receive emails from the company, right? Marketing emails, drip campaign, right? And then the sales team contacting them, or them connecting with the sales team to get their questions answered. You had nothing to do with that. You're still making 80% of that. That's still pretty powerful, right? And by the way, you get notifications when all of this is happening, right? Somebody comes in, somebody's watching the video, somebody's purchasing. You're getting notifications, either text messages or email notifications. So you're in the loop no matter what, right? So that's the sales team part. As I mentioned before, these guys have been around for 11 years. They have an incredible track record. Right here, it goes a little bit into their story, right? Um, Again, what attracted me to this was they had a long track record. I get paid 100% commissions. If I don't want to talk to anybody, I can have the sales team do that. Again, I normally just talk to people. It's not a big deal for me, but it is pretty cool because, if you are someone that doesn't want to talk to anybody, you have that option. No monthly fees, right? Once you get a G100 or all the way up to G2000, there's no monthly fees. There's no auto ship. There's no fees you have to pay for or anything like that. And it's instant payments. You make a sale right now, you get paid right now. Okay. That second, that minute, you're getting paid, getting sent to your wallet or your bank account or what have you, depending on which way you want to receive your payments. So again, very, very powerful stuff. If any of this intrigues you or you want to get more information, there's a link down below. Click that link, go through the process of watching the video, right, or the tour, at least for me, I always do that because I want to see what people are going to be seeing if I send them a link. So check that out. And then if you want to start making money with this, go ahead and get started. Again, this has been in our portfolio for 6 months. We haven't really talked a whole lot about it. Number one, they were kind of revamping the system. As you can see here, they redid the front end and the back end. But number two, there's really not a whole lot of video that I need to make for it because again, it's pretty straightforward and doesn't really change, right? So again, a little bit different from what you normally see on our channel, but still could be a very, very big money maker, especially if you're into, high ticket, big ticket commissions. So check this one out, guys. It's called Exitus Elite. We'll be talking more about this one moving forward, guys. And with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.